everybody, Peeps Galucia here, and today I have a very, very special episode for CivCraft because I'm going to be talking all about my vacation to Jersey, but more specifically about the time that I spent with my son, Gavin, who is the reason that I went to Jersey in the first place. So I'm starting off this video by saying hello to my son, Gavin. Hello, Gavin. Hello. And also starting off by saying that I was excited to find out when I went to go visit my son that he is an avid YouTube watcher. He loves watching Minecraft videos, and that I am, in fact, his favorite YouTuber. And that's awesome. You know, anytime your kid is into whatever it is that you got going on, that's always a good time. But, you know, the YouTube has been a big part of my life for a long time, and the fact that he digs on it was a big deal for me. And it also meant that I had to start recording more CivCraft because I took a pretty big break, as anyone that regularly watches knows. So I am making a video dedicating it to Gavin, and I'm going to talk all about what I did with Gavin while I was in Jersey, because we had a great time together. I wasn't able to go to Jersey for very long. I do have, you know, my job that is very demanding, and I couldn't take off from it for too long. So we had 3 days together. I had 6 days in Jersey. I had, you know, other family and stuff to do. I had 1 day set aside for friends, and I had 3 whole days with my son Gavin. So on the first day, we started off with a bang and went to Six Flags in New Jersey. But more specifically, instead of like the normal Six Flags, like with all the rides and stuff, we went to the Six Flags water park. It's called Hurricane Harbor. And they've got some of the sickest, craziest, awesomest slides and water attractions that you would ever be able to experience. So that was a huge, awesome, fun time. I went with, obviously, Gavin and also my sister, who's 6 years younger than me. And all 3 of us had a great time. Very pricey trip for those of you that are considering it yourselves. The tickets aren't that bad, but like anytime you go to an amusement park, once you get in there, they got you. So, you know, like the parking was crazy, the food was crazy, souvenirs, it all adds up. But it was totally worth it. It was a great time. I think all of us agreed that our favorite slide was this one where there's like 6 slides side by side, but then they go immediately into like a tube, and they twist in each other, so like you can't really tell where you're going to come out on the bottom. But you lie down on your stomach on like a mat, and on the front of the mat are like these handles that you would hold on to like in front of your face. So you go down this thing on your stomach, and it's like super fast. It's not that long of a slide, but it's quick, which means the line goes quick. And that was a big deal, because as the day went on, the lines got longer and longer and longer, and it got to the point where it was getting ridiculous. It's just like, wow, this is getting insane. These lines are out of control. So that one had quick lines, and that, like I said, that was a huge plus. But really, they were all fun in some way or another. There was no single slide we were like, well, that was lame. They were all really fun in one way or another. So that worked out really good. And he also let me know that his favorite place to eat was Burger King. So on the way home, I stopped at Burger King to pick him up dinner and dropped him off at his mom's. So then the very next day, first thing in the morning, I go back to pick him up again, this time to take him to the city that I grew up in, Ocean City, New Jersey, which is a big, like, touristy town. And they have, like, a boardwalk and, you know, everything you could want to do. And it was basically just, like, whatever he wanted to do, that's what we were going to do. Because they got rides and mini golf and more water parks and just whatever he wanted to do, like, I was down. So, but first I got him, we took him to Heritage, got him a slick, very fashion-forward pair of sneakers, and that he got to pick out himself, and he was amped on those. So then we went up to the boardwalk, and the first thing we did was the mini golf, and I'm a big fan of mini golf. There's probably at least a dozen mini golfs on the Ocean City boardwalk, maybe more. And so we had a lot to choose from, so we went to this place called Pirate Cove because I've never been to that one before, so I wanted to check it out. And that was a lot of fun, but it started getting like really humid really fast, and I was like dying by the time we were done. And right before we went there, we got some classic boardwalk lemonade, and they make like legit real lemonade that's like stupid good. It's like really odd almost, like how good it ends up being. So we did that. I got the lemonade, but that didn't even last like the front 9. Like it was gone, the ice was gone, and I was dying from the humidity. So after that, we went to one of the best pizza places in the known universe, and that is Macamanco's. They have a couple locations in Ocean City. We went to the one on Toll Street, and that was a huge part of my joy of going back to Jersey, is that a lot of the food is like a bajillion times better than the anywhere else in the country. And that's not the dog wherever it is that you live. It's just certain things are better in Jersey. Like, you know, there's certain foods that are better in other places. Like, I live in Washington now, and I will quickly admit that the coffee in Washington is light years ahead of anywhere else that I've been. But if you want a cheesesteak or you want pizza, then the tri-state area is the place to be, and South Jersey is no exception to that. Very good. So Macamanco's Pizza, that was awesome. Right next to Macamanco's Pizza is like one of the biggest and bestest arcades on the boardwalk, Jilly's Arcade. So we went and did that. Got to do the arcade. Me and him, basically the whole time we were there, he played one game by himself first, some kind of racing game on like a snowmobile or something. And then as soon as that was done, he wanted to play, what was it? He wanted to play a Transformer game where it was like this big booth thing that we could like sit in together, and like you don't play as a Transformer, you play as like humans that like help the Transformers, and you're like shooting up all these bad, you know, Decepticon dudes. That was a lot of fun. We burned through all my quarters on that game. And then holy crap, this place is barren. Come on, guys. Like, I'm like the only one doing this anymore. And I guarantee you there's carrots like in this chest because I've been working on loading it up. Ready? Bow. Come on now, people. It's just unforgivable. You know what? I bet you I need to collect the trade resources. That could be part of the problem as well. So let's go do that. So after Jilly's, we hit up a couple of like the touristy type shops, you know, just checking out the various tourist attractions that I normally would never even bother with because I'm a local. But since I was on vacation and I was taking my son around, we kind of, you know, did the whole experience. These chickens, every time I come in here, I kill the chickens in here because they get like stuck in this, and there's always like at least 6 in there, like every time. Oh, let me double. I'm just making sure it wasn't stolen and that it actually is socketed. Because with all that food missing, it makes me feel like... No, see? Damn. Someone stole it from us. That sucks. That actually sucks really hard. This is what happens. Like, I go on vacation, so I'm not able to play. Because I know the Hanging Tough character was, I'm sure it was him that did that, because I know he was responsible for poisoning the granary, which is also a problem. So we've been getting spied on like a lot, and it's definitely a problem. But that's what happens, you know. I can't play every day, and I was on vacation, and that's why our food is suffering, because I normally have spice, which makes the cottage consumption a lot easier to deal with, but don't have it now. Not that I have a lot of cottages to begin with. This is like one of the weaker saves I've ever made, and it's on my own damn server, because I've just been so busy with work that I can't put the time in, and that's how it goes, I guess. So anyway, so after all of the Shubi shops, because that's the tourist, that's the name for tourists in Ocean City, Shubis. Don't ask me why. So after the... Oh, jeez, just eat the carrot. After the Shubi shops that we went into and looking at all the ridiculous type stuffs, we went ahead and left the boardwalk and just a few blocks onto the actual island, and we checked out this ice cream shop called the Hobby Horse to get ice cream. They've always had really good ice cream, so that was the place we chose to go to. But I also wanted to go there because on the second floor, above the ice cream shop, was a cigar shop. And I wanted to buy some cigars. So, picked up some good cigars and got some really, really good ice cream. And that was pretty much the day. After that, we went to a store nowhere near the boardwalk called the Shell Museum, which is just a store that basically sells like every possible shell that you can imagine and has other cool sea things. So, you know, I bought some shells for Gavin, and I bought a couple shells for my wife that I figured she could use for some kind of art project or whatever, because she's always doing some kind of crafts. And took a picture of my son with my mother in this giant, what are they called? Those giant sharks from the megalodons, right? Is that it? Giant sharks from back in the day, and they got those huge jaws that you can like stand in. Oh, I guess that was a key point that I left out before, was that besides my son Gavin, we were also with my mother. She took the day off from work to hang out with us. That's a key point that I completely forgot about. But yeah, so that was that day, and then we had to skip Saturday. That was my one day with my friends. We all hung out and did a movie marathon. I did a very carefully selected list of the top 5 worst horror movies of all time. And then the next day was my last day to hang out with Gavin. We met up with my mother and my brother, who's actually much younger than me. I think like 18 years younger than me. He's 12. And so we met up with them for lunch at Applebee's and then went to the movies to see Guardians of the Galaxy. Did not disappoint, by the way. That was a hella good movie. Really, really enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy. Wicked good movie. And I used to read the comics all the time back in the day before I joined the Army, when I used to have time for such things. And I have to say they did amazing justice to the comics. Like, it was pretty spot on. And yeah, it did not disappoint. So that was basically it. After the movies, we went to my sister's house because they were doing a big thing for my mother and my sister's birthdays are like 4 days apart, on the 4th and the 8th of August. So they always do like a joint birthday party type thing. So, you know, my sister invited a bunch of family over, and so, you know, I had Gavin there with me, but for the most part, I just let him play with because he's really close in age to my little brother. They're only 4 years apart in age, so they can play together. And there was another kid there, so I mostly just let them play and enjoy themselves, and I hung out with them here and there. And but I also had some catching up to do with the grown-ups, because for a lot of them, that was my only chance to see them as well. Like, my uncle was there, and a couple of members of the family from my mother's husband's family that I haven't seen in like 4 years. So got to do all of that. That was cool. And that was it. After the party, I had to take him home. It was pretty sad, you know, because that was our last goodbye. But we had a really good time. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully, I'm fairly certain that he enjoyed himself. He seemed like he was having a blast the whole time. And yeah, it was a really good time. So I wanted to kind of cue you guys in on why I was absent from YouTube for so long, and why, and like what I was up to and whatnot. That's what I was up to. Obviously, I think everyone can agree that that's an important and valid reason to not be on YouTube, going on vacation to hang out with my son. But I did take some time off even before the actual vacation, because I really did just need some me time and take a break from YouTube altogether. And to be honest with you, at this point, and this is the wrap-up where I'm no longer on the Gavin part of the thing, I'm like semi-retired from YouTube at this point, because YouTube, for me, it fell off a little bit. You know, there wasn't nearly as much interest as there has been in the past, and which is fine, but you know, it's a lot of work. You know, I recently posted that setup video so you guys could see exactly what I end up having to do, like just to set up for my videos, and why is this not working? And it's as you could see in that, it's not easy. It's a very involved process, and then I just need the time to make the actual videos, and I gotta do all this from the road. And like right now, I'm playing this game on my cell phone's internet, which is expensive, and I can only use so much of it. There's so many things that count against you, and it's just a giant pain in the butt. Also, my laptop's being weird. I don't know if you noticed it throughout this video, but there's like a weird line that appears. It's called a screen tear. For the life of me, I can't figure out why. I've done extensive research. I've tried 100 things. It's just always there. And I honestly think it's because a short at a hotel that I was staying at a while ago shorted on my laptop because it was plugged in on the time. I think the hotel had a power surge and it somehow affected my laptop. And ever since then, it's been like really weird. So that's been bugging me. The fact that it's just like limited. Even that little thing, like I want to bring the best quality video I can, and that little thing is really annoying to me. It makes me feel like I can't bring you guys a quality video. So I've been backing it off a little bit, but I haven't stopped by any means. And I've got over 600 videos on my channel. So if you're wanting us to watch something and I'm still not posting anything, then by all means just go back and watch something older and that maybe you haven't seen already. And I will keep these videos coming as much as I can. The arena video is going to be right behind this, hopefully just a couple days after this. I will be judging all the various arenas that I asked everyone to build like forever ago. And we'll go from there. I'm open to suggestion, whatever you might be into. If you want me to do more CivCraft or something else Minecraft related, since my son is into the Minecraft videos, I gotta do some kind of Minecraft video. So, we'll keep that going. So suggestions, let me know what you think I should get into, and we'll do it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and especially Gavin. And I will see all my peeps next episode. Laters!